comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you when to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about
With
it.
the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
philsgang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
So we've just come off an earnings period where we haven't seen earnings this strong in a quarter of a century.
We've often spoken about how big a contributor stock buyback, corporate stock buybacks are to an ongoing rally and to an ongoing expansion. We thought maybe it was unique last time around. Maybe with the pandemic, people were going to use their money to pay down debt instead of starting stock buybacks again. But as you point out, Kohl's, if anybody who's been hurt by the pandemic, Kohl's increased the size of its stock buyback. How about this? Procter & Gamble raised its buyback by $1 billion yesterday. Netflix approved a $5 billion buyback program yesterday. Whirlpool, $2 billion repurchase program Monday. Bank of America, $25 billion approved last Thursday. And the Kohl's program that I already mentioned.
That's right. So wait a minute. Here's the question. They're telling us we're having the best economy ever. It's a big boom.
Another new record for the Dow and the S&P 500. The economy is booming, and that's a very good thing.
And they're giving credit to what? To earnings, right?
We do think we will go higher because the economy and the earnings for this year is so strong.
And it's not the earnings. They've given up earnings. They started to give up earnings right after 2008. They could care less about earnings. It's all about QE, all about stock buybacks, keeping interest rates low with QE near zero so that the companies can borrow money near zero to do stock buybacks to push up their stock price because they can't push it up with earnings because the economy's not doing well enough. If the economy was doing well, for God's sakes, they'd raise interest rates. You always raise interest rates when the economy's doing well. I know. I've been on this earth for 75 years. I've been in the market for 51 years, and I can tell you, they always raise rates when the economy's doing well. That's when you raise them. For heaven's sakes, you don't do stock buybacks when the economy's doing well. You don't do stimulus, borrow money, borrow more money to do stimulus, $8 trillion. So they're borrowing money for stimulus, which is a life support. And now the companies are doing so poorly that they're doing stock buybacks to push up their stocks. And how do they do that? Simply, when you buy your own shares, you reduce the amount of outstanding shares called the float. Those are the stocks that you and I can buy and sell to each other.
Well, a company will reduce the amount of shares that are out there that you and I can buy. So let's say there's 10 million shares. So they'll reduce it down to 5 million. Why do they do that? Because their earnings are so crappy. If they spread their earnings over 10 million shares, it would show a loss and their stock goes down. But if they take their crappy earnings and put it over 5 million shares instead of 10 million, then the earnings go up artificially, which pushes up the stock artificially, which used to be a felony in the 60s and the 70s and 80s. If a CEO did that, he'd be arrested. It used to be a felony. Reagan stopped it from being a criminal action. So just think about it for one moment. If the economy's doing so well, why are they so scared of interest rates going up? Why are they printing billions and billions of dollars to keep buying treasuries to push the interest rates down? And why is Powell keeping interest rates? He's saying we're going to accommodate. What he's saying is we're going to keep the market going up by keeping interest rates down, and we can keep pushing up this fake market. This is insane. Now, you can make a lot of money at it if you know what you're doing, and we've had. But the people who are in the market for a long, long term, or in 401ks and their mutual funds, are still hanging in here, and they don't even read their statements anymore. When they come to their mailbox, they throw them in a drawer. Boy, you're going to have a rude awakening. This is unbelievable. We're being told every day how great this economy's doing. But wait a minute. Our country, think about it, is the world's largest debtor nation in history. There's no other nation in debt like us. And we have the highest debt of any nation in history. And we are facing the worst consequences as the direct result of all this historic debt we're accumulating. What are you, nuts? But it's this debt that drives the stock market. They use debt. They don't use productivity. And productivity is the basis of our nation. If you produce, that's how you make money. That's how a nation grows. They said, the hell with productivity. We don't need to produce anything. We'll just produce money. Then we'll push the economy up, the stock market up. We'll keep propping it up. And the rich will get richer, and the poor think they're getting rich, but they're not, and we'll screw them at the end. Because when the market collapses and the stock market crashes, they end up again with nothing. That's unbelievable. The consequences are so severe, and people don't understand it. First of all, economic growth stalls, and it has stalled. It's stalled since 2008 and the low off of 2009. We have not grown in 13 years, even 3%. If you go back to 2008 to today, our GDP growth averaged 1.6% annually. That's our growth. What are you, nuts? It's unbelievable. And now, as our debt increases, I mean, this is crazy. As our growth stalls because our debt's increasing, what it really does, it just claws back our future income. That's right. We take our future income and bring it back. And when you do that, and you don't have a GDP more than 3%, it wipes out the GDP you have, which is 1.6%. It wipes it out. And this GDP you're talking about right now, a 10% growth, that's all BS. Of course they're going to get a 10% GDP growth. But it's not going to last, because how are they going to do it? Cheat again, just like they do with stock prices, like they do with earnings. It's going to be all debt, but nothing but debt. Think about this. Our debt is the highest in our nation's history. We are the biggest nation debtor in the world. So let's put that in perspective. Think of our nation as a rowboat with a leak in the middle of it, right in the bottom. We have a leak in the bottom of the rowboat. And think of our debt as the equivalent of the anchor on the Queen Mary. And we take that anchor on the Queen Mary and we put it in our little rowboat that has a little leak in the bottom. How do you think it's going to turn out? Pretty ugly.
And that's how this is going to turn out, unless you protect yourself and you know when to get out of the market, when to get out of it. Look, just in normal times, 85% of the people in the stock market lose money. You know, even in the best of times, 85% of the people lose money in the market. In the very best of times, when the market is hot, 85% of the people who trade lose money because they don't know when to get out when the corrections occur. That's the problem. Now, we have tremendous consequences with this debt. What do you think? We just sit around and whistle all day long? Are we going to go up on the mountain and sing? On the hill up there, whatever she did? The consequences are severe. Very severe. When the economy debt grows, our growth stalls. And the problem is nobody explains the consequences, so nobody protects himself, nobody gets worried, and everybody thinks, wow, look at this market. It's just going to keep going up. It's different this time. No, it's not. When I get back, please remember St. Jude. Help them out if you're making some money.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Hope you're listening to me on my YouTube channel. You know, we've been doing this now for about over 21 years now, a little more than that. And we started because we did it to work with St. Jude, to help St. Jude, to raise money for St. Jude. It all started because my son had cancer at the time. And, you know, I just think of all of the money these people are making in the stock market. I'm wondering, God, I wonder if they're donating anything to St. Jude. So I'm just hoping, and with my members, our deal is pretty simple. I reach out to my members, and I'm going to make them better investors. And if they start making money, all I ask is they just send something to St. Jude. I don't care if it's $1 out of the money that they make. So we all have the same goal around here, okay, to make sure that our members make money so they can donate. And, you know, St. Jude, most people don't know, you keep hearing St. Jude Hospital, but it's not just a hospital, it's a research center. It's a research center. And they really, it's unbelievable what they have done. They take some of the most aggressive cancers and defeat them. It's amazing. It's a research. It's not just a hospital. It's a research center. That's what it is, and it's a treatment center all in one. So if you make money in the stock market, I hope you're sending a little bit to St. Jude. And we've been doing this for years now. So, but most people always hear St. Jude's Hospital, but it's more than that. And they're one of the best research and treatment centers in the world, and their research is unbelievable. All these cancers for kids, I mean, they pretty much beat leukemia now. So when you see these ads on TV and you see these kids, just, again, we're here to help you. We're going to reach out to you so you make money so you can turn around and send it to them. I don't care if it's 50 cents. Send something. But the market, the problem is with this, is most people, 85% of the people lose money in the stock market. I mean, just to give you a good example, look what's going on now. We have people coming in this market. And this always happens right before every crash. It always happens. You start getting people coming in, and they have no idea what they're doing. And it's because they came in, and for 13 years, since 2008, say, they got out of the market. They shift out of stocks into the bond market. That's some real bad advice, and they got really screwed. And for 13 years, they've been watching the market go up 511%.
Now, it'd be nice if it was going up for the right reasons. If the CEOs were taking their profits, plowing it back in as business investment. New machinery, new equipment creates increased productivity. Increased productivity creates higher wages. Higher wages creates spending. Spending contributes 72% of our GDP growth. Also, higher wages means more savings. More savings means that entrepreneurs can go to the bank, borrow money, and start their own businesses. And startup businesses are the backbone of our country. That's right. We have more jobs with startup businesses than you get in IBM or Google or Amazon. Startup business is our country. But and who starts those businesses? Middle class. But the middle class have shrunk. And nobody cares about small businesses anymore. Obama didn't care about small business. Biden don't care about small business. Trump did. You need small business. But we're being told every day, we're being told nonsense. We're being told lies every day.
Another new record for the Dow and the S&P 500. The economy is booming.
And they're saying the economy is booming. No, it's not booming. What is booming is debt. It is debt. That's why we're the largest debtor nation. That's booming, and it's debt they're relying on to push the stock market, which they lie and say the stock market's the economy. It's debt. They increased that by 211% off the 2009 lows to increase the stock market 511%. But it's not sustainable. You say, well, 13 years is sustainable. But think what they've done. They've been doing QE and stock buybacks for the past 13 years. They've been keeping interest rates at zero for the past 13 years. But who's benefited? Just the top 10%. The average guy hasn't benefited. Even the average person with a 401k hasn't benefited. Because 50% of the people who have 401ks, 50% of them don't even participate. You got to know what you're doing. And that's why we're here. Give you an example. How many times did you hear me in the last couple of months say, listen to me, gold, it's going to go back up. It's going to go back up. It cannot not go up because the inflation is horrible. And they're killing the dollar with all this money. Think about what they did. They printed $9 trillion to start the in 2008, 2009 to go out and do QE and get interest rates down to zero. They then in 2000 and to do stock buybacks, and then they printed another $9 trillion. Okay, that's to make sure that the banks would survive, because in 2018 they're rolling over again because the banks were never fixed. Because remember Baby Bush, G.W. Bush, he would never let the banks go down. Let the 5 biggest banks or 9 biggest banks go down, which they should have. Then spread their assets among the remaining 8,000. He wouldn't do that. Why? Because his family, his dynasty, is all grown on banking. That's what they do. They're investment bankers. The whole family, the grandfather, the great-grandfather, that's how they built their fortune, not in oil. And so he was going to make sure the banks didn't go down. It's the biggest mistake they made. But all you got to do, we can't fix that, but just make money as the market goes up. You just need to know when to get out. And that's the problem. 85% of you don't know when to get out. Let's fix that together, for God's sakes. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, We recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, Here's Phil.
The unfolding of a market crash. If you don't think the stock market's going to crash, then you got to be nuts. This is going to be one of the biggest crashes ever. Just because they're stimulating the economy, they're plugging money in, keep driving up the debt. No, the market is going to crash. I bring you evidence every Friday on my YouTube channel. I review the week and tell you why we're getting closer to crash, so don't miss it. It's free for everyone. Go to my YouTube channel, Phil's Gang YouTube channel. And as a gang member, every day, we start at 4 in the morning when the European market is ending up, and we start going through the same group of stocks. And we oversee these stocks every day, so that our members always are getting the best stocks at the best time. Now, the important thing to remember is not to have too many stocks. That's why most people lose money. I mean, you can read Peter Lynch's book, or you can read Buffett's book. They'll tell you, if you have more than 5 companies, that's too much. As long as your companies are branded names, like my portfolio and the portfolio of my members. And you can laugh, 5 stocks. And then we have, and those 5 stocks are all brand names. And these are brand names that everybody's in. The big institutions are in. That's who you want in. You want the big hedge funds. You want the big insurance companies. You want the biggest banks. And it's Apple, Intel, Caterpillar, Goldman Sachs, and Schlumberger. By focusing on those stocks every day, we know how to sell short. That's the key. Anybody that's going to be in the market, listen to what I'm telling you. The only way you're going to make money in the market is if you can, with the same ease as buying a stock, turn around, change your position, and make money on the way down, calling shorting a stock. And with the technology that we developed here at Phil's Gang, it's so easy. If you can put out a light switch, you can set yourself up for a short. And with the crash coming, if you don't believe there's a crash coming, I'm sorry for you. You're going to, and for all these people who are getting your 401ks every day and you're throwing them in a drawer because you think you're getting rich, you thought that too, right? In 1987. You thought that with the dot-com crash. You thought that with the housing finance crash. Now you think that with this called QE market. Because you're not prepared. And it's sad. Look, you can't have the biggest debt in history, be this biggest debtor nation and borrowing all the time, and think it's going to end well. And here's what always happens. The 3 biggest mistakes by those who are coming into the market late. We always get a crowd that comes right before the crash. This crowd comes in when the euphoria and the excitement is at the highest. When housing prices and stock prices are at the highest. That's when you know you're in the danger area. The Johnny-come-latelys, they start coming in. Those individuals who've never been in the stock market or have been in the stock market and got hurt because they didn't know when to get out. They didn't know how to make the market when the money was going down. Didn't know how to short. And then for 13 years, they've been hearing the same names over and over and over. Netflix, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Tesla, Zoom, on and on and on. Same names for 13 years. They're seeing the market going up 60, 70% gains. The stock market, every day you're being told by the gangsters, the phonies on the fake Business News Network channels, every day, new high, new high, new high. And they're sucking these people in. Then all of a sudden we have a 20, 30% gain in housing. In 1 year, we have a 70% gain in stocks. In 1 year, 20, 30% in housing. This sets up the real crash. What they don't understand, it's all because of debt. Because of the increasing debt is what pushed everything up. And that's like a cancer. All this massive debt. But they're listening to the propaganda. They're listening to how everything's just going to be wonderful. And it's not.
And you should be making money. This is called momentum investing. You invest when you have this kind of crap going on and a market keeps going up, take advantage of it. But make sure you know when to exit. You got an exit strategy. Make sure you know exactly when to get out. And we do that for our gang members. Every day we post our portfolio at 2 o'clock. Steve proposes it. Every day he puts it out there. He's the head of our education department. Every day he puts it out, tells our members what to do with their portfolio. Every day. I mean, how can you go wrong?
Goldman Sachs, remember what I said about it turning red, right? I said I think it'll continue to be a good short, and look what happened here, right? Look what happened here. So we're going to hold our short position here.
And he goes on and on. He does that with every stock. What do you want him to do? Come over to your house, have supper with you? My God, he can't do any more than what he's doing. So, but the second biggest mistake for all these people who jump in, they're purchasing the most overpriced stocks, the tech stocks and the growth stocks in the history of this stock market. The third biggest mistake they make, they're borrowing money to buy these stocks. It's called margin. There's out there, we've never had $900 billion. We're on $1 trillion run rate. People, $1 trillion. We're almost at $1 trillion. People are borrowing $1 trillion to buy stocks. That never ends well. Why? Because as soon as these big, and here's what's really funny, or not funny, sad. The stocks that they're going in, that think they're going to be millionaires, the Googles and the Amazons and the Facebook, the big institutions who drove those stocks up are getting out and rotating out of them. And they're starting to buy the hotels, and they're starting to buy the casinos, and they're buying the other stocks. But people don't know that. They think it's an instant, they're going to be instant millionaires buying these stocks. Just like in the dot-com days. They're going to buy Broadcom, become a millionaire. But they don't understand the big money, smart money, is rotating out of those stocks as we speak, and they're buying Lowe's, and they're buying REITs because interest is so low. REITs are going up. So what happens now? The minute the big tech stocks start dropping, the Facebooks, the Googles, the Amazon, panic sets in. Boom, and then on top of that, as the panic sets in, you need this perfect setup, and we're getting close to it. The panic sets in, big money's coming out of those stocks, they start dropping. The people who get in late, 13 years late, they start panicking. And then all of a sudden, our interests, our yields start climbing. They're doing everything they can to keep the yields down between 150 points and 170 points. But they're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to do it because Europeans are selling their treasury so fast to get a stock market, they just can't do it. And when we go from 150 to 250 basis points, which is nothing, boom, you go like that. That's it. It's over. Exactly what happened with the dot-com crash. Exactly what happened with the housing crash. Exactly what happened in 1987. When you get those interest yields up, when everybody starts selling their bonds to get in a hot stock market, and now its yields go up, and they get beyond 2, 2.3, 2.4, it's over. Because of the debt is so huge, when you put interest rates up on that debt, and we have to pay that debt every year, we have to pay our interest, we can't do it. And the market rolls over. And then you get the people who came in 13 years later, who are coming in now, and you always see it. The market, boom, takes off, and so does in the margin debt. You look at, I showed you a chart yesterday where the margin debt's going up and the stock market's going up, and that's a sign right there. And then they panic and they want out of the stock. And the stock starts dropping, and they say, well, and then they get a margin call. They have to give them a check. They say, no, I don't have any money. Just sell my stock at any price. God, I can see it so clear. Please join my gang for 10 days. It's free. I'll reach out to you. You reach back to St. Jude. Pretty good deal, I think.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Listen to this.
The forces driving this equity bull market are stronger than the last bull market.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you what they are. It's debt. Debt. God. Debt is the worst thing. You know that. You sit down every month to meet your bills, right, for your budget, your home. Isn't debt a horrible thing? It's the same thing with the market. Debt is a killer. It's a cancer. And there's severe consequences. And they have to keep increasing that to keep propping up the market.
And that's great because as they keep propping the market up, that's called momentum investing. And then we go in and we buy these stocks. But my members know exactly when to get out because we tell them. Here, listen, again, this is posted at 2 o'clock today. This is just one of our portfolio stocks, Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs, remember what I said about it turning red, right? I said I think it'll continue to be a good short, and look what happened here, right? Look what happened here. So we're going to hold our short position here.
You had a great short. But our members are shorting Goldman Sachs. So our members now, they don't care if the market's going down. They don't have to worry about calling their broker. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And then they find out they like shorting better than buying stocks because stocks go down 10 times faster than they go up. That's right. And it's fun. And if you can put a light switch on and a light switch off, you can short. It's not hard. Wall Street's trying to make you think shorting is the end of the world and it's so bad, so dangerous. That's because every time you short, that means you have to get out of your long position and they lose commissions. Bunch of gangsters. It's unbelievable. So the biggest mistake these people are making now coming into the market, I'm mentioning this because they're talking about it every day now, how more money is coming into the market in the last 5 months than in the last 12 years. Well, of course. These are the same people who lost money and they, in 2008, they got killed in the market. And then they decided to get out of the market and then never go back in. And then they're going to buy bonds. That was a dumb idea. Now they lost all their money in bonds. Now they all of a sudden they keep hearing the garbage coming out of fake business news networks, the CNBCs and the rest of them. And now they're saying, gee, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to go back in. It always happens. And we always say in our business, when you know the market's going to crash is when you see housing going up, boom, stock market, boom. Then you see margin debt going up, boom. That means you got the most speculators ever in the stock market. The consequences that we see are huge for all this debt. And these poor people are getting in now when we had the highest debt ever in margins. It's unbelievable. Remember, nothing takes the place of earnings. But in 2008, the company decided to replace the earnings. They said, why should we go? Just like when Bush decided not to let the banks go into bankruptcy, which he should have done. But his family's in banking. Of course he wasn't going to do that. And the problem is the banks have never been fixed. Never been fixed. And that's why they had, in September 2019, they put overnight $105 billion in one night. Now they got over $9 trillion in, and every day they're putting $150 billion in to hold these banks up. And they lead the market up, and they're going to lead the market right down. It's a terrible thing, debt, because the consequences are so severe. The consequences are just severe. And most people don't even know what they are, and they don't care what they are. First of all, you have our economy's growth stalls. It stalls. And that's what's happened to us. We can't grow the economy even 3%. Obama couldn't do it. And of course, Trump couldn't do it. But Trump got cut off 4 years. He probably would have done it. But let's put this in perspective. Think about income dropping because of debt. When the economy debt grows, the economy growth stalls. And companies cut their biggest expense. Labor, your job, the amount of hours. You go from full-time to part-time to poverty. That's the consequences of this massive debt. While people are getting rich as this market going up, including us. Because we're playing momentum. We know the market's terrible. We know the market sucks. We know it's going up for the wrong reasons. But if you know how to play the momentum, you know when to get out and then turn around and short it, you're going to have fun and you're going to make money. And all we ask, please help St. Jude a little bit. Savings drop. That's another big consequence when you have all this big debt. This is why I have to laugh. The economy's not growing because of debt. The one thing that they push the stock market up that they're talking about every day, how the stock market is the best ever and the economy's the best ever, is so full of lies. Because how they got it there was with debt, and debt kills us. It's killing you right now. When you go to the store and you go to buy stuff, you bring your calculator because you can't make it through the food store. You already bought enough. Your budget doesn't go far enough. That's because of debt. Because our income drops. Every dollar you have in your wallet drops in value. And when the economy debt grows, the economy stops. The growth stops. companies cut their big budgets, which is labor and hours. And then you get dropped, and you get part-time. And then savings drops, which really hurts us, because when you have savings at banks, that helps small business. Entrepreneurs who want to start their own business, they can't go to the bank and borrow money because the country, the government is borrowing so much money, they're elbowing the entrepreneur out of the way. There's not enough money left. The government is so debt, they're borrowing all the money, and when you go to the bank to borrow money to start a business or expand your small businesses already existing, which is the backbone of our nation, you can't do it because the interest rates are too high. Why? Because the government is competing with you. They're getting that money first. And so your bankers, we got to charge you 10% interest. That's just another consequence. Another consequence, and think about this, raising of taxes. They always will raise your taxes. Don't listen to these liars tell you so that people are going to make it $400,000 or more. Oh, no. You wait till next year, because here's why. The politicians always raise taxes when our income contracts, when tax income contracts. And tax income contracts because jobs contract. Wages contract because they cut jobs, they cut hours when the inflation is too high and when debt's too high. Now, by raising taxes, because tax income contracted, even though the government raises our taxes, it doesn't solve the problem. Yeah, sure, it helps narrow the budget deficit, but doesn't solve the problem. Even if you raise taxes on the top 25% income earners, even if you raise the tax on them, it would only bring in an additional, $1.3 trillion? So consequences. It's the consequences you got to look at with this debt. Debt's at $28 trillion, almost $30 trillion. Each individual person owes $85,000. So I didn't get a bill. Yes, you do. When you go to the gas pump, that's part of the $85,000 you owe. When you go to the grocery store, instead of getting 2 bags of groceries, you now get 1. That's the $85,000. You go buy food, and the prices are going up. Meat prices going up. Used cars. Look at used cars. You think used cars were gold? They're going up like $5,000 every 2 months to buy a used car. That's the consequences of that. Oh, but you don't feel it because they'll finance you for 35 years, 50 years. Well, they care. Charge you 18% interest. People don't ask anymore about the interest rate. They ask about the late payments. And Treasury has to borrow because they're broke. And our lenders, like the Saudis and China, they take advantage and keep raising interest rates. That's what they do. They keep raising interest rates. You think they're our friends? We borrow from our enemies. So yields, interest rates rise. They've already risen to 81 points in March alone. This is crazy. And we're going to stay between 150 and 172. And I'm telling you, mark this down. Phil Grandy said when we hit 2.4%, which could be any day, that's when the market rolls over. Yet we're told every day, our country is doing fantastic. So look, all these Johnny-come-latelys, if you're in the market and you're chasing these big tech stocks and you're chasing Netflix and Amazon and Google and Facebook and Zoom and all the rest of them, please join my gang. At least for 10 days, it's free. See if we can straighten you out a little bit, help you. And if we do, just help St. Jude. What's wrong with that? I think that's a fair deal. It's a fair deal. And stop listening to the propaganda coming out from Facebook, the fake Business News Network. They don't care about you. Look, one thing I'm going to leave you with. Please learn how to get out of a stock in time. If you just, for 10 days, it's free. Learn that. That'll help you. Join my gang, Phil's Gang. Free for 10 days, and you get the color-coded chart, too. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877